Deep geothermal is low carbon, it's sustainable, reliable, and many countries across Europe are actively pursuing deep geothermal to help decarbonize their heat. Some countries have well-established deep geothermal industries already, but in general, the pace of growth in the sector is increasing across the board. Perhaps the Netherlands is regarded as a leader in deep geothermal, and 2 years ago, the Dutch geothermal sector collaborated with the government and published a master plan for deep geothermal with an ambition of geothermal to meet 5% of their total energy demand for heat by 2030 and 23% by 2050.
How well resourced is Northern Ireland with deep geothermal energy?
Well, unlike shallow geothermal heat that could be accessed almost anywhere in Northern Ireland, the distribution of deep resources is a bit more constrained. And it's not that the heat isn't present across all parts of Northern Ireland, but you need to easily make use of it. And so it requires a permeable rock, such as sandstone or limestone at the right depth. And Northern Ireland is blessed with quite a few of these buried sandstones. The shallowest one is 600 meters thick and can be buried down to depths of 2 kilometers. So we could have temperatures of 60 degrees centigrade. As an example, this kind of resource could equate to 35 exajoules, or an equivalent 9.72 million gigawatt hours of energy. So it's a huge resource, and only ever a fraction of that could be extracted, but we know that there are deeper, hotter resources underneath this.
What would be the most suitable applications for these heat sources?
Well, depending on the temperature of the resource, the uses could be very different. And in general, temperatures above 100 degrees centigrade would be suitable for power generation, but lower temperatures are probably more applicable for district heating, greenhouses, crop drying, milk pasteurization, etc. And lower temperatures still, either from water at shallower depths or after the heat has been extracted from the water. These are suitable for fish farming or keeping surfaces from freezing, etc. But it's important to stress that the geothermal potential is not just in the heat, but it's also in the ability to store energy within a geothermal reservoir. So heat pumps can be used to offer cooling, for example. And because geothermal is not intermittent, it's particularly useful as a baseload heat or power. Yeah.
Deep geothermal systems require a lot of upfront capital. What's the typical payback time for this sort of installation?
Okay, well, it's common to develop deep geothermal resources as what's called a doublet. So this is a series of 2 wells that are drilled to depths of around 2.5 kilometers. And the cost of these can be in the order of 14 million euros, with the resulting plant typically having capacity of between 6 and 12 megawatts of thermal resource. So in some examples, the quoted payback time is around 8 years. So it takes a while, but the lifespan of the projects can be 35 years or even an additional duration of 35 years on top of that.